in game one, but they do come in on a nice winning streak prior to game one, winning 13 of 16. And here we go. Got to get a shot up. Julius Randle guarded by Green. Randle kicks it out to the corner, and a three-pointer is good. And it's already a better start for Minnesota.
Well, it's already a better first half for three. They were 0 for 15 in the first half the other night. First time they'd had an 0 from three in 7 years and a half.
Here's Brandon Podziemski, misses his first try. Could be a wild card for the Warriors tonight. Jaden McDaniels was 0 for 3 in game one from beyond the arc. There were a lot of 0-fers for the Minnesota Timberwolves in game one. Randle, they clear it out, backing down Butler. Now Conley will let a three fly, and that one goes.
Well, and that's a good one for Conley, too. He only came in shooting 26% from three in the playoffs after 41% in the regular season.
Conley missed his 2 3-point tries in game one. Podziemski finds Hield. You'll hear the boos every time Butler touches the basketball as Conley forces a turnover. Edwards on the move. Edwards looking for Gobert. No, he found McDaniels. He had 2 options.
You know, they pay me for this kind of expert analysis.
You noticed that on the scouting report, did you? Randle just bullies his way in. Count that. That's going to be an and one as Buddy Hield didn't have his heart in it, and Randle will go to the line for a 3-point shot. Couple of opportunities there for Minnesota, and they're struggling now after a fast start. And Spencer taking it to the hole, and a foul. Spencer thought it was a goaltend. Back up 10. Pat Spencer getting some early playing time in this first quarter, and Spencer turns it over. Edwards on the run with DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo to Naz Reid. First minutes on the floor, and he misses. And DiVincenzo runs it down. Great effort. Naz Reid again. Naz Reid hits it this time to take on the 3-seed Lakers in round one. Edwards again drives, missed it. Gobert is there for a putback. Wolves have missed 15 3-pointers in the first half in game one. They missed 16 straight, actually. DiVincenzo the deflection. Here comes Alexander Walker. He lays it in. Santos looking for Podziemski, who springs free and lays it in. What good execution by the Warriors. Santos, known as a great defender, and he makes a nice pass there to pick up an assist. Reid, DiVincenzo, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. This terrific trio coming off the bench for Chris Finch. Pretty tight 8-man rotation. Edwards, the blow-by of Buddy Hield. You're not going to miss that one.
No, and there's no help whatsoever from the Warriors. No rotation at all.
Again, Podziemski, same play, and a little floater, no good. Julius Randle.
And here's the drive, and literally nobody coming to help in the playoffs. 10 for 22.
Jackson Davis out of Indiana University. Buddy Hield pulls a tough three. That's an air ball. Force that one. Hield knows he is the primary scorer on the floor right now. Naz Reid goes to the basket. Oh, wow, what a finish. Naz Reid switched hands.
And they had a heart-to-heart about how he needed to keep his composure throughout this entire second-round series as well.
Good stuff, Lauren. Thank you. Chased down by Jaden McDaniels, who already has 3 blocks in this game.
But none of these players wants to see another player get hurt.
Changes things dramatically for the Wolves, just as the Curry injury changes things for the Warriors. And Randle right away, able to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Yeah, he loves that shot, going right, stepping back. Most guys much better on the step back going to their weekend.
Wolves lead is 19, 5.5 to go in the half, and Jackson Davis does get the lob he was looking for, that time from Jimmy Butler.
He's a big-time lob threat, and that's what you said a minute ago. That's the pass he wanted from Brandon Podziemski.
Moses Moody trying to check Randle, giving up some size. Randle gives it up. DiVincenzo, that's good.
Wow, DiVincenzo needed that one.
DiVincenzo to Julius Randle, the 2 former Knicks. Randle just backing down. Moody spins and scores. 0 for 3 tonight. 2 of those misses from three-point range. Kuminga, little mid-range, and it's going to fall. Soft touch. Looks like a little 9-iron on the green right there. 20-point Minnesota lead with the ball. It does not have the playoff punch right now in the building as Gobert, guarded by Jackson Davis, couldn't get to it. Excellent play by Jackson Davis. And now Jackson Davis going all the way to the other end to lay it in, and the foul. Great hustle that time on both ends by Jackson Davis.
Well, Jackson Davis making an impact. Well, Indiana got 2 major breaks with free throw violations that weren't called down the stretch, or Cleveland would have had a win to even the series yesterday.
He's got 9 points here in the second quarter. Just knocked down his first 3. Kuminga springs free inside, and an easy layup for Jonathan Kuminga. Wolves comfortably in front in game 2, playing well, but you wouldn't know it by the way this building feels right now. I think the anxiety of the Anthony Edwards injury is a major factor. DiVincenzo. Jonathan Kuminga, a little redemption on the other end. Pajemski pushes it. Here's Kuminga exploding to the basket for a jam. McDaniels has increased his scoring significantly here in the playoffs as Butler gets an and one with Rudy Gobert guarding him.
Well, this is the Jimmy Butler they need. He's going to have to score for this team.
That's the matchup they want. They clear it out. Butler picked up his dribble. And now 6 to shoot. Kuminga gets a step on Gobert and dunks it down on Gobert. And the Golden State bench pops off their seats. This is a 10-point game.
Kuminga 7 for 7 from the floor in 13 minutes.
And a turnover. Pajemski up ahead, finds Buddy Hield in the corner. Cash! And here come the Warriors.
Yeah, look, Jonathan Kuminga starting the second half. Steve Kerr pushing the right button there, and then Buddy Hield cuts it.
He's had some monster scoring games this season. Here's DiVincenzo in the corner, and Randle set him up nicely. Nice quick pass. DiVincenzo has that quick release, and he hits his 3rd 3 of the night.
Wow, I tell you what, if they could get back Dante DiVincenzo to what he normally does as a shooter, it would mean a lot for the...
Again, the Warriors can get it back to single digits. As we approach the 5-minute mark, Pajemski taking on Edwards, and he turns it over. He got stuck. McDaniels lays it in. Moody, late clock here, down to 2. Moody's got to put up a 3, does so, and it's an air ball. McDaniels might have got a piece of that. And McDaniels runs the floor and hammers it down. What a player. McDaniels having it up. After it's down to 7. Under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of game 2. Warriors lead 1-0 in this series. Kuminga no good. Jackson Davis with the offensive board and the putback.
Kuminga's first miss, and Jackson Davis is right there. Defender sealed on his back, great position. That's what he does best.
Up top, Edwards. Randle patient. The eye contact. Set it up beautifully. Lead is back to 18. Oh, wow! Jackson Davis pulls that one down from the rafters.
It's the second lob we've seen him catch tonight.
50 seconds to go. Randle backing down Jackson Davis. Randle fires Alexander Walker to DiVincenzo. And DiVincenzo looking for help. Ball's loose. Randle secures it and scores it. Strong inside. Julius Randle.
That's his first bucket of the second half. That's 16 at the half, now 18. And the Warriors throw it away again.
Another turnover. Alexander Walker got it. And that window has been discussed heavily because the chance now, because the spirit was lifted when Butler was acquired, but the Warriors now without Curry as Jackson Davis goes in strong with the jam. Now you just wonder how that burden is reflecting on these players trying to at least win a game and stall as long as they can to get Curry back as Randle drives and scores. Back to a 20-point lead. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter at Chase Center in San Francisco on Saturday. That'll be Saturday night. Draymond Green inside and puts it in. Grinding through a tough 7-game series with the Rockets. I think Steve Kerr is fully aware. Gobert hammers one down. Fully aware at some point if they can't climb back into a striking number. And Alexander Walker now drives, hangs, finds Reed. Reed got it in the corner. Great ball movement. Nice setup by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Warriors go quick after the made basket. And the Wolves get back. Kuminga passed up a three. Alexander Walker again. Now DiVincenzo. How about that catch and shoot? But an air ball. Maybe too quick. He had a crowd around him. Green driving on Gobert and gets the roll.
Wow, that's a great coast-to-coast drive and a tough finish over a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Gobert sitting on those 4 fouls. Edwards behind the back. Gets to his left hand. Edwards puts it in. He needed that. He's missed a lot of point-blank layups. That was a tougher chance, but able to score it.
Yeah, look, but he's also only made 2 jump shots over the last 2 games.
Buddy Hield for 3. Good. Hield hits another one.
Chris Finch upset with that. If you're Anthony Edwards, who's a great defender, by the way, you can't try to shoot the gap on that screen down, not against a shooter like Hield. You got to stay attached to his body, chase him, almost force him to curl into the paint.
And now Hield with a steal. And a foot race, he's going to back it up. He's going to fire a 3 in transition. No, Podziemski is there with a follow. Draymond Green, 29 minutes. Butler's played 30 minutes. And Alexander Walker lays it in.
Not sure that Trace Jackson-Davis is aware that Nickeil Alexander-Walker would much rather go to his left hand. He's been on him twice, and both times it seems to me like he's actually forcing him to his left hand.
Butler wide open spaces inside. Two-handed jam next Wednesday, and we'll have it for you right here on TNT. Podziemski, quick release on the 3, and he finally hits one. He needed that. He was 0 for 3 from 3-point range before that made basket.
They need a more aggressive Jimmy Butler. He's driving the ball laterally across the lane looking to pass. They need Jimmy Butler to look to score and then to pass if he draws 2 guys.
Anthony Edwards.
Buddy Hield, Brandon Podziemski.
Got to put Butler around 33, 34 minutes. Podziemski 33 minutes. And Buddy Hield knocks in one last 3-pointer. 15 for Buddy Hield, who has found his shooting stroke the last 3 games.
You aren't kidding.
Had that monster Game 7 in Houston, scored 33 points, made 9 threes in that game.
Well, he's now made 18 in the last 3 games. An incredible run.
Minnesota came out and handled business tonight. No Stephen Curry for at least a week. And now the Warriors will try to do all they can on their home turf to put some pressure on the Wolves. As Anthony Edwards, strong finish, looking for the foul.
Anthony Edwards is acting like he doesn't know we're in the playoffs with the fouls he's expecting to get. Those are all soft contact.
Julius Randle out ahead of the pack. Steve Kerr calls the timeout, and the white flag is up.
With a doubleheader victory.
Twins won today, by the way, beat the Orioles 5-2.
Orioles, probably the most disappointing team in Major League Baseball right now, coming off a couple of playoff seasons and just haven't been able to get it going at all.
Well, the TBS has the National League this year in the playoff stand as Alexander Walker hits a 3.
They need those guys going. They rely on them for their offense coming off the bench.
It was Key, nice little hesitation, and the bucket was a scramble.
Difficult possession there, to say the least.
Key not letting up at all, and neither is Shannon. Shannon on a breakaway, and he scores.
And so coming down these last 21 games and into the playoffs, they haven't had to go any deeper than that.
But a Minot with an acrobatic finish. Gets himself a highlight here in a playoff game. Ernie Johnson and crew standing by in Atlanta. Only one game tonight. Early night for those guys. Party at Chuck's house. And we'll see where this series goes, minus Stephen Curry. The Minnesota Timberwolves come back with an answer and a response in game 2, and they win it